Let's move over to like English, right? And you want to teach children how to break down a prompt into the sentences where you have like, the introduction, the rising, the solving the conflict, then you have the falling action, and then you have the conclusion and all that, right? So create a template for children to have an essay, a 5-paragraph essay that has a introduction, context, rising action, climax, falling action, and conclusion. Let's see what we'll come up with. And it will do that for you. Literally say, okay, begin with a hook to grab the user attention, introduce the topic of the essay, provide a brief overview of the main points I will be discussing in the essay, provide a background, rising action, describe the events or circumstances, climax, describe the most exciting or dramatic thing, and falling action, describe the events or circumstances that follow the climax, explain the aftermath, and then summarize the points, restate the thesis in a new way, call to action with a provoking statement. This could be notes for like a class. And of course, you don't have to take exactly what you see here. You could literally look at it and be like, oh, this is a very good start. Let me modify this, because that's what AI there for. So that's like English. Now let's try for simple things like, okay, you don't know some adjectives or some words or whatnot. So you'd be like, okay, give a list of action adjectives. Let's say action. Give a list of action verbs that would work well for 10-year-old essays, right? Because you don't want the words to be big, right? So let's see. List of action verbs that could work well for 10-year-old verbs. So here's a list of action verbs that work well for 10-year-old stories. Ran, jumped, climbed, swam, rode, played, built, created, discovered, explored, laughed, sang, danced, painted, drew, read, wrote, write, imagined. And just like that, you have a list of verbs that you could say, here, kids, use these for your essays. That would help. Now, because we do like essay and whatnot, there will be some different constraints on different things like report writing and what's called this thing, narrative writing. But the thing is, creating content or searching and finding content is not a big thing anymore because of this AI tool. It's not perfect, but it's like a person that you could bounce ideas off of if you're a new teacher or if you're trying to figure out certain things. So I could say create a list of verbs, and then I could just say in conversation, give me adjectives now. Give me adjectives now. And boom, there's a list of adjectives I could use in stories for 10 years. In conversation, This is not me asking it over. You just basically say, here are some adjectives. And this helps people, children, to be able to see, okay, here are some of the words that I could use that would help the situation. Okay? Alright, so that was primary school. Let's say we dealt with creative writing, we dealt with it. So how you deal with maths, right? It will be hard to put in an equation for it to solve maths because this is a very text-based, response-based AI. So there's a next AI called Wolfram Alpha, which I'll probably do in the next video to show you how maths works. But let's just focus on ChatGPT for now.
Hey, sorry to interrupt here, but if you're watching this video, you're probably a teacher that's trying to find a better way to do things or trying to find a way to use technology to help you out in your teaching. One of the things we do at makeITsimpleTT is we find ways to educate people in different ways by putting out free content, but we also have special classes that we create. And we have a special class called Office Applications that should be coming up in June. Now, this class doesn't really assume that you know anything. But if you do know something, it will also enhance your skills. So it'll teach you things like creating professional documents, how to set margins properly, how to do those different things that they do to set lines for people to write on, multiple choice questions, how to format the documents, and most of all, how to collaborate with them. And that's just documents. But we also have a section for spreadsheets and how to use spreadsheets, how to do the formulas, how to create the graphs, how to create the charts, and how to collaborate with other people on the same spreadsheet so that I'll be able to do things like create report cards and do calculations for grades and all those different things. We have a special spreadsheet section. And one of the newer things that teachers should be doing a lot of is creating simple websites for their students to go on to get content and review things. And what we will be teaching is how to use Google Sites to create websites that are very, very easy to use, very easy to publish on the internet, and you'll be able to put all the content that you need to be able to create a centralized space, maybe for your own class, and that's the Office Applications class. So it starts in June and it runs for 3 months, June, July, August. It might take up a little bit of your holidays, but that's okay. The official cost is $900, but if you saw it inside this video, put in the code ChatGPT at registration and you will get a 10% discount just because you saw it inside this video and you were trying to find a way to use AI in your teaching. So we start in June. The classes are from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and there are assignments, there's work to do, there's collaboration, and of course you get an e-certificate upon completion because we want you to have something to show that you could actually use Office applications, not just on a computer, but in the cloud. Back to the video now.
So let's say we pass the primary school stage and we're moving up to secondary school. We're moving up to secondary school stage and they have to be able to write, let's say social studies, and they have to write a 5-point essay about slavery, or not slavery, let's say slavery might be a tricky topic, but let's say Christopher Columbus in the Caribbean. Yeah, we're gonna try this one. Okay, so let's try now. Give me 6 major points about the negatives of Christopher Columbus discovering the Caribbean. Let's see what we're going to have. Boom! 1. That's point 1. Point 2. This is exactly what we want the children to be able to do, right? Right, so watch that. It says, okay, point 1, the enslavement and genocide, destruction of indigenous cultures, exploitation of resources, introduction of new diseases, conversion to Christianity, legacy of colonialization. Good, as 1. So this is what your students will do. Students will come here and they'll be like, okay, get the 6 points. And then now, all they will have to be like, I say, turn it into an essay with 2 paragraphs per point. Watch this, social studies teachers. It's going to now turn it into an essay, 2 paragraphs. This is going to take like really long, so we're going to fast forward it, of course. But you can see the process of an essay totally being created by ChatGPT from scratch. It is writing in a it's writing properly. Yeah, as long as you say write it, it's an essay. And the children will just copy this and paste it straight into the, they're copying and pasting this straight into the document that you put it in. Is it a good thing? Maybe. Is it not a good thing? I don't know. But as a teacher, you should know this, and you should know this, that you should be able to do this. Back to fast forwarding. Alright, cool. So there it is. Turn it into an essay with 2 paragraphs per point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The point is 7, but it basically took the same outline and did it. So that's social studies there for you. Alright, let's take it to literature now. Let's say they're doing a book. Let's say a book in literature that I know about To Kill a Mockingbird. And we ask, what are 3 things we learn from Atticus Finch? That's his name, right? From To Kill a Mockingbird. 3 things we learn from Atticus Finch would be 1. He serves as a moral compass. Alright, so 1. The importance of empathy and understanding. Atticus is a strong advocate for understanding and respecting the perspective of others. He encourages his children to put themselves in the shoes of others, to see things from different viewpoints. This is exemplified by his defense of Tom Robinson. 2. The importance of integrity and morality. Good, yeah, perfect. And then, I don't remember what To Kill a Mockingbird is about, but this is reminding me, oh yeah, I remember. There was somebody named Calpurnia, I believe, yeah. So, those 3 things there. So you give some children the ability to find out the 3 major things to learn, and they will be like, oh, sure, no problem, miss. Not an issue. And then all you have to do is write what? Turn it into a 300-word essay. Enter in conversation, and I'm going to fast forward now. Right, good, so we finished with that. So I turn it into a 300-word essay. They started it and they finished it. And you could say 500-word essay, 1500-word essay, whatever you want to say. That's the application to like English literature.